hometown station real estate and financial guides are back on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS, to share with you what you need to know in order to navigate the sometimes confusing markets and guide you toward financial wellness. Reach out to them for advice at 855-DON-GINO. And now back to your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Franti.
All right, this is a test. This is a test. Not of the emergency broadcasting, but how smart are you? If you're very smart and you've been listening to this for the last 3 years, I'm sure you've gained a lot of knowledge right here on the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show every Thursday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. But also reach out to us for advice. We are aligned with the best of the best. We're talking after 3 years of interviewing some of the top real estate and financial professionals in all of Santa Cruz. We're talking vetted professionals, most of them with 20 plus years experience. I think we have some great resources aligned with you. That's why we've put together the America's Professional Resource Group, which is what we feel are some of the very best professionals in Santa Cruz. So you can reach out to us anytime at 855-DON-GINO, 855-DON-GINO, or donandgino@gmail.com. Go to our website, donandgino.com. There's that theme again. Yeah. Pretty easy to find us, DONANDGINO. You can find us and reach out to us because we love helping you. That's why we're on this show talking to you live. In fact, we'll prove it today. We're live right now. Go to donandgino.com, click on the Listen and Chat Live button, and voila, you will enter our beautiful new Vault Media Studios. We built this just for you. That way we can have 3 HD cameras, one on us, one on our awesome guests, one on the entire facility. And we want to thank AP Production, Mr. Furman, helping us run the show back there and providing these beautiful videos for you.
Yeah, in fact, I was thinking about when you were describing the America's Professional Resource Group, and we vaguely touched on this, but it's really about accountability. And a lot of different groups have attempted to put together groups that are accountable, but I don't think that they've spent the time to plan like we've been discussing. They haven't spent the time to plan, they just did. And they didn't set the foundation, and that's why I think they've failed.
Well, and I think also that the America's Professional Resource Group, or the APRG, one of the most important things is not a networking group.
Yeah.
We are truly a collaborative group, and collaboration is I think it's the key to mediation. Collaboration is the key to corporate viability. Collaboration is probably going to become the buzzword of the next decade, because if we don't have collaboration, we don't have civility, and we're not going to have at least corporate profitability and profitability in society where people are doing the right thing. I think we got away from that during the last maybe 20 years.
And I'm glad that's where our heart comes from with the group, is being able to have the ability at our stages of our careers. We're talking all these years and years of experience. You want to share that with more people, and the best way to do that, we thought we would collaborate together to reach out to more of you, more of our consumers, and help a lot of you more. And we're going to do that through education-based marketing efforts, basically to educate you on a regular basis and inform you and entertain all at the same time.
Yeah, it's going to be a really great process that we're going to roll out to originally the people of Santa Clarita, but I think it's going to catch on, because I think what we have is something that's unique. I think that the people who are members of the APRG are unique and they get it. People who don't get it, they won't be in.
That's too bad.
And the clients that we all have and all our contacts that we all have, they're gonna really benefit by this. It's a really exciting thing that we're doing. You're right. It comes from the heart.
Yes.
And from all of our experience. And I know that in my practice, I do it all the time. I mean, look, I was on the phone with a guy from someone who was trying to solicit me to use their product, and he was in North Carolina. And he says, hey, I'm thinking about moving to California. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, this 24-year-old kid is talking to me about different places in California. And I had no problem talking to him. And I think that's right. That's what the APRG is all about, that, someone reaches out. It's not what's in it for me. It's what's in it for you, because it's going to be good for all of us.
It's called goodwill, heaven forbid.
Yeah, and, I can second that, because I was speaking to someone who was referred to us for a mortgage. And as I'm listening to the story, I go, this person doesn't need a mortgage. That's not what they need. This person needs a financial planner. And I was able to refer her to Chris Ingram, And I knew that Chris was the right person to sit with her and to help her because, yeah, could I have done a mortgage for her? Yeah. But would she have accomplished her long-term goals? Absolutely not.
Right.
It would have been a really short-term fix. I would have given her some cash in hand, but that's not what she needed.
And you guys have no problem. You know, someone walks into your office and you realize that, you know, a refinance they're not going to get, you know, but they should talk to me,
Right.
so that I can go in and restructure their finances.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe there's not a bankruptcy. I do workouts all the time. People come into me, look, I don't need to file a bankruptcy for you, but we need to work through your debt. And so I wind up negotiating their debt, and I'll deal with maybe I'll negotiate away the second, if possible.
And there's definitely ways to do that right and wrong. We have seen that, and having a
There is.
professional handle it versus you trying to handle it is night and day.
That's a disaster.
That is, and it's frustration too. In the long run, you end up paying or not accomplishing your goals. And Lou, you help so many of our customers and our listeners with various aspects of their lives and stuff. Help us before we go, before we leave today, because we'd like a lot of you to have the resources of Lou Esbin of Esbin Law. Go through a few of the parameters and areas of expertise that you can help some of our listeners.
Essentially, my practice is a personal and business practice, finance practice. So if people who have issues personally with their finance or with their business, they shouldn't hesitate to give me a call, because just because you come in and talk to me doesn't mean you're making a commitment to anything. But a lot of times I can show them the pieces of a puzzle of, hey, look, maybe you need to file a bankruptcy, and these are the pieces of the puzzle. These are the pieces of the puzzle on the bankruptcy, and we run through it. Or, hey, bankruptcy is not for you, but we can do a workout of your debt, and this is how we can work through this. Oh, you're running a sole proprietorship. Hey, have you thought about forming a corporation? Who's your accountant? Let's talk to your accountant. Maybe we throw you into a corporation, run it that way, don't guarantee your debt. Or sometimes people come in and go, I'm just not getting along with my business partner. I've mediated disputes between shareholders. I had a very successful mediation a couple months ago where one shareholder bought out another. They hated each other after 13 years of being in business. They were the closest of friends before. They walked into the office. They didn't want to sit next to each other. I made them sit next to each other. They walked out and they were having lunch.
You made them shake hands.
That's right.
I remember that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Gino, you got 4 or 5 more years, I think.
So what you have to think about is almost like a cradle to grave kind of thing, with everything in between, dealing with finance and business. On the personal side and on the business side.
And that also doesn't have to be in distress.
No.
So it could be a company that's growing very quickly and
Sure.
enjoying a lot of success that actually needs some assistance. And, a lot of times businesses boom, and it's somebody who's never had any business experience before. They need some guidance too.
Well, and because I come out of the State University of New York at Albany Business School, I actually know how to read a spreadsheet. I have a degree in finance and accounting. And so I look at spreadsheets and I can tell what's going on. I look at a balance sheet. I look at income and expense statements. And I can say, okay, this is where you've been. This is where you are. This is where you need to go. And all of that folds into my practice. It's a rather different practice than most people think of a lawyer having.
Well, and that's why we love having you aboard on our team. It's not just your legal expertise has helped us in numerous areas.
Thank you.
And the common effect and the detailed effect, you are very good at where are we at now, and you make us think through things, which is really good for a group of very energetic marketing and salespeople. Let's put it that way.
I to say, marketing pieces that are not passed through a lawyer are the most profitable area for litigation.
Wow.
So we set you up for it. So those who don't speak to you up front, it basically equates to job security for attorneys.
But not me.
Exactly. So let's make sure you reach out to Lou. As you can tell, he's a friend of ours. He's a good dude. You can just walk up and talk to him. He will set you up a consultation for a very inexpensive consultation fee to give you an idea what your options are. And that's what you really need to do, is find out what your options are, good or bad. But you need to know, and there's nothing like knowing. We have not had anybody that talked to Lou and went, oh, I'm worse off than I was.
Hey, and one other thing is that I also work well with people who are owed money. So I'm working with a client now where they're owed a lot of money, and we're actually putting together a deal to possibly acquire a competitor, fold them in, eliminate the competitor, but also deal with the debt.
Ooh, you got a lot going on. All right.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Go to esbinlaw.com. And what's the phone number again?
661-254-5050.
254-5050. We want to thank you very much for joining us again today, Lou.
Thank you, boys. Always a pleasure.
Good time. Always
See you in the
fun.
morning.
All right, and do not go away. We have an incredible show coming up right next. In our real estate hour with Rebecca DeLuca and Taylor Weiner, the Predator himself, coming in to the Donna Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. We're going to update you on what's really happening in the real estate market today, and it has changed from last week, as it does every week. We'll be right back.